We're good. So, good evening, everybody. Good evening once again. And I just want to be sure everybody's hearing me, yes, because I saw somebody react. And you're welcome to this program organized by B.O.F. B.O.F is the short for Bodilon Omije Foundation, and which is pioneered by Professor Bodilon Omije, the founder and CEO B.O.F. And Prof is here. I would want Prof to say greet everybody. Yeah, let's hear from the CEO shortly. Okay, Prof, I'm not hearing you. I don't know about others. I think his mic is affected. Okay, okay, okay.
You're on board.
Yeah, my mic is
Yeah,
affected.
as you know, we're in the short workshop will benefit every one of you. I've read that workshop, you use it to better your life. It will add value to your career. It will help you to fulfill your visions too. Thank you. Best of luck to everyone. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so that's Professor Bodlon Omije, and we'll get to the lesson of today. Okay, before we begin, yes, I think I've not told you my name. Yes, I'm Trust God. You can call me TG for short. Yes, I major on software development and designs, and I would be taking you for tonight's program. And basically, we are going to be looking at um, the tools and the job roles that are available in the fourth industrial revolution, how you can gain access to them, and how you're supposed to position yourself, you know, to make the difference that you need. All right, because um, one thing is very certain: we need um, a kind of job role that is going to really help our financial state, especially being in Nigeria. Yes, if you should Google the life expectancy for an average Nigeria, it would marvel you what you're going to see. You can try it out now on your Google. Yes. So that is because the country is actually not built to favor anybody. Yes, the structure in place now is affecting both the big and the small. And we cannot fold our hands. You need to look at how you would make the difference. Okay. So I believe as we all are praying, yes, things might be better, but you need to position yourself to be better first. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my screen because we are going to talk about a bit of practical stuff. And yes, this is the first class though, but we'll still do a bit of hands-on, and I'll do the introduction for the whole program. And in the subsequent class, we go deeper. Okay, so that's yeah. Yeah, so let me know if you can see my screen right now. Somebody's raising his hand already. I don't know if that's intentional. You want to ask a question, you can you can put down your question. Sorry, you don't forget, and then you ask me your question later. Okay, I mean Sigi Baba, right? I can bring that lower your hand for now. Then um later you ask me your questions. Okay, so I believe everyone can see my screen now, and there's something on my screen, right? I'm sharing my entire screen. Now, there are a couple of job roles that are highlighted here, and I'm going to tell you about them. Most of you must have heard about them, but maybe you don't really understand how they work. So, the truth is that there are so many jobs that you can do and you earn remotely from your home. Like you don't need to go to a physical place to work. Okay. So among the things we are going to be looking at is um, the tools the tools and job roles that make you stand out in the fourth industrial revolution and help you um, earn money remotely. Okay, so when we use the word remote jobs, we are talking about being able to um, deliver a job from your remote location, from the comfort of your home, as the case may be. All right. So um, I don't know the level of persons that are in this program currently. So if you have any of these skill sets, you have any of these skills, all right, we are still going to show you how to navigate the global market to get jobs. And if you don't have any of these, um, we are going to guide you on how to acquire whichever one you pick interest on. All right. We might not be teaching all of this in this 3 day. Come on. But then the last two, we'll dwell on them a bit. Okay, so maybe we can look at the list. We have AI engineer, we have data engineer, we have cloud engineer, machine learning engineer, cyber security. You have DevOps, you have data scientists, you have software engineer, you have solution architect, you have prompt engineer. Let me tell you about solution architect. There is a current job role that is in existence. It's called tech-enabled entrepreneurs. Okay, I'm going to merge it with solution architect because their job descriptions are basically the same thing, right? So tech-enabled entrepreneurs, just like just like the name. Okay, maybe you are going to be wrapping your head around what that means. All right, what that is trying to talk about. Um, these are basically entrepreneurs that they don't have technical skill, but they have a knowledge of almost every solution that technology can offer. Yes. So they don't have software engineering skill, but they know that a business needs a website to stand out among its competitor. They know that a school needs to digitize its system to reduce manual processes, like certification, assessment, and all. Okay. Yes, you can all mute your mic for now. Just raise up your hand when there is need for questions, when we call for questions. Okay. Yeah. Sigi, your hand is still up, Mr. Sigi. I believe that's the male name. Yes, just keep your questions. We are going to attend to questions. All right. But follow me and understand what I'm talking about. All right. So, yes, we were talking about tech-enabled entrepreneurs or solution architects. So these guys have one of the basic skill you have for this role is research skill. Okay, you have the ability to research. Yes, and in the course of this program, we are going to be looking at how to do AI powered research, deep research, not not the kind of research that you come up with and everybody know that man, this is coming from AI. Okay, so we are going to get to that because whether you are a professor here, you are an entrepreneur, you are a student. I mean, this program is for all. Okay, so as a professor too, you would be able to know how to detect, when your students want to woo you with AI. Yes, because you have the understanding of how this thing works. Okay, so now, no matter your background of study, even if your background is not related to engineering and and yeah, basically engineering. Those are the guys that are closer to tech, right? So you need to have understanding of what we are talking about. So follow me. We're talking about tech enabled entrepreneurs. All right. Just having an understanding of what tech can offer in the different sectors, in the oil and gas sector, in the health sector, in agriculture and all, it gives you an edge. All right. So when you understand the solutions this thing can offer, you see these persons, the so-called tech-enabled entrepreneurs, they look out for gaps, right, in people's business and in some industry sector. And then because they know how they can better that situation with technology, probably they don't have the tech skill. Like I said before, these guys don't always have tech skills, right? Like technical skills in this case. They don't have technical skills, but they have understanding of what you know each skill can offer, and so they come up with proposal, with solution, and probably um, reach out to the persons with the actual technical skill to find out possibilities and maybe agree with their research, and then they pitch the proposal to the business. Once the business buys the idea, you get to see them network with the actual technical people, get the job done, and they get their calls. Smooth, life made easy, right? So they are basically like middlemen, but the major work I can see they do is the research and networking. Yes, the research and networking. So now, um, meanwhile, there are different ways to position to get more jobs as a tech-enabled entrepreneur. And even though we are going to be looking at it in the course of training in detail, but I'm going to just give you a preamble, right? Like a brief. So now, for you to strive in that aspect of skill, you have to actually position as an agency. Okay. Later we'll be talking about branding and all. So and that will help you understand better. Okay. Are we together? I want to believe everybody's following me up to this point. Yes, if you're following me, give me a thumbs up. Good, good, good. All right. So now, um, talking about the last skill there, prompt engineering or prompt engineers. Okay, these guys basically um, have the ability to use AI tools. How many of you know that there are AI tool in different forms for different purpose? Okay, we are going to be looking at them. I have an image of some of them here, and I don't know why I'm not using my slide. Okay, so yes, we have so many AI tools, and when you're talking about prompt engineering, um, there is a category of AI called generative AIs. Okay. So, first of all, I don't want anybody to be left behind. If you want me to throw light on what AI is, I would want you to probably use your mic or comment, drop a comment in the comment box, right? This thing we are saying AI, AI, AI. Do you understand what it is and how it works before I start talking about this particular category of AI? Yes, let our class be interactive. I'm giving few seconds to get your reply. You want me to say something about, the basis of artificial intelligence then, or should we assume that we have basic understanding? Okay, I'm going to point somebody. Hello. So I'm seeing a couple of persons here. We have Priest Emmanuel, John, Elori. If I'm pronouncing that right. Yes. Um, the first name I'm seeing, Priest, Mr. Samuel. Can you just tell me if, or you just tell me your understanding of AI? Okay. If I
Okay, good evening.
go ahead.
Um, my, my own personal understanding of AI,
Oh,
artificial intelligence, I feel like it's a computer, how I put it, like a computer program designed to help make our work or activities less stressful or make them easier. I don't know if it's correct. That's what I feel.
okay. It's good. It's good. So, like I said, that was why I said, give me your understanding, and so that I would know your perspective of AI and I can shape it better. Okay. Yes, AI. We have been saying AI for short is artificial intelligence. All right. Basically, is the ability of a computer or machine to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. Okay. So just like the name implies, artificial intelligence, it has the ability to um, perform tasks with an artificial intelligence, not the human intelligence. So the intelligence is artificial. All right. So, um, a normal computer program will do exactly what it tell it to do, but AI, for example, have ability to learn. Hmm? And there are different category and types of AI. Okay. So, but we are going to be narrowing down to generative AI because that is the one that aligns with what we are about to talk about. Okay. An example of generative AI include um ChatGPT, okay, Spark AI, there is Canva AI, Mid Journey, 11 Labs, Morph AI, GitHub Copilot. Hmm? So I have a couple of them here and I categorize them based on their features. Okay. So ChatGPT basically helps for research. And even though it serves all purpose, but it has its core in research. Okay. Spark AI does magic with presentation. And okay, let me throw light on that now. Do you know? I mean, you witness some good tech guys, maybe when there's need to submit a proposal or prepare for something, and then they come up with a very sleek presentation or slide presentation for um, whether the speech or the defense, whatever. That is because they know how to use AI tools that help you generate presentations in seconds. Before now we use PowerPoint in preparing presentations. First of all, you have to organize even the content of the presentation, what would be inside the presentation. And then you now think about where you should have matching images, right? Then you now think about where to use infographics. That's even if you can even handle infographics. So and then you think about colors and all. But this AI tool, which is what I am on right now, can help you just put your prompts, even without much detail. If you don't have, you can put your prompts and then it will generate the slide, generate the images, match them, can see how neat the presentation is, right? The text is organized, the infographics is organized, table where necessary, right? Images where necessary. Like this is done within seconds by just entering a prompt. Okay, so this is Spark. We will go into detail and then we'll look at how to generate slide with Spark, and you get to use it. But for now, the URL is yellowspark.com. You can save that first. Okay, so there is Midjourney, there is Canva AI, there is Runway, and these guys are doing magic when it comes to design. Currently, AI design is flying everywhere. Like you want to do any kind of publicity, maybe you don't have a hold of graphic designer, or you don't really, it's a quick design that you don't really want to waste time on, you can generate it. But the wrong thing is that most people are following the crowd of using GPT based design. Even if you're using GPT, there is something that is going to guide the production to look excellent, which is prompt engineering. Okay, and that boils down to, that's still we're talking about this role for prompt engineers. So these guys are basically skilled with prompts, and when they get hold of any AI tool, they can shape the prompt to get the best result out of the AI tool. Are we together? So now, um, I would I'll probably share this slide, right, so that you can look at it later. But I want us to flow really fast. Okay, so a quick one. Their skills and how you make prompts. Talking about prompt engineering. Okay, it's like a framework that guides you in making a good prompt. All right. So, for you to make a good prompt, you have to consider the factor of what and who. All right. That's what tasks you want to perform, right? And the persona, that's like the categorization of um, the person, the audience that will be needing the tax. Okay, you answer the question of how, right? In what context would you like it to come out? All right, then audience, who are the actual recipients? What are you trying to do this for? Okay, and then format, we are going to look at these things come in play in a sample prompt. All right, so for example, let's head on to GPT to start with. Okay, okay, let's use Yellow Spark, since I've brought you here and you have a good hand of Yellow Spark. So I want you on your own end right now to hit on your browser search bar yellowspark.com. This is the landing page. Then you sign up. Okay, I think I'm already logged in. That's why I'm having this. So create an account and then you see yourself here. If you're doing that, I want you to give me a thumbs up. Good, good. So this is what are we about to achieve here? Okay, I want to shape your prompt engineering skill and we want to demonstrate it on YOLO Spark, the slide presentation platform. All right, so that at the end we are going to have um, a presentation that we can render. Okay, so this is you follow the mode A prompt and then this is where you type your prompt. I'm going to turn it to dark mode. I don't really like this thing. So now let's create a presentation for, okay, let's pick a topic in engineering, for example, thermodynamics. Create a presentation um, for a lecture in thermo thermodynamics. This is what, okay, and okay, let me finish up with the presentations. Then I would show you, those factors we looked at. Okay, create the presentation in thermodynamics for a lecture in thermodynamics. Um, for thermodynamics is offered both 100 level, 200 level. Let's just say a 4 day. I'm prompting this now like a lecturer. Okay, for a 4 day class in a university, and okay, let the lecture be on the basics, use infographics where necessary. Uh, okay, um, tablets, use table where necessary. So, in what format? Okay, you can further shape it. Um, speak in the tone of a professor with solid background in mechanical engineering. Okay, so um, let's look at the prompts. So in the prompt, you have to make whatever AI tool you are using understand first of all what you want to do. All right. Then who are the audience that are receiving this? Okay. Maybe after now we are going to demo this in a business proposal. Okay. uh You answer the question of what type of business you are pitching to. Okay. Then the audience we want to receive this is um, people in their third year, right? And then how we want this to come out, um, we want to just touch the basis of thermodynamics, okay? And then we are telling it to use infographic illustrations where necessary. So AI is just obedient. If you give it the detail and the context it needs, right, it's going to give you the best of the results. So the ability for you to create your prompt in a way that it covers the necessary thing that the AI needs to give you the best of results is prompt engineering, because you are engineering the model. Okay, so I'm going to send this now. Now, if I have exact topics, exact subtopics I want you to touch, I would actually highlight that. But I mean, I'm not a professor, but I wanted to develop this slide. All right. So you can touch exact subtopic and it will give you. Now it's able to give you that. Yes. If you don't like it, you can refine it. Okay. There is option for you to edit it, add your own words. Okay. Yes. And you can as well tell it the tone at which you want to speak. Calm, professional, in your prompt, you highlight all that in your prompt. Your prompt has to be detailed. I just rushed this so that I will not waste so much time. Yes. Normally, every prompt engineer does what is called prompt planning. Okay. So you plan your prompt before even sending it out. All right. So now you know that I have just talked about a few things I could have added, right? That is if I did my prompt planning, I could have factored those things in. So you can modify, look at what it has generated. It's giving you the definition of thermodynamics, right? And you can adjust the frames later. You can look at how to use the platform very well, right? You see, it's giving you a table um, for differentiation, right? Differentiating and describing some things further, giving you examples, and boom, up to 9 slides. Now, you just look at here, select the theme you like, okay, by the side. Please, if you're following me up to this point, I want you to give me a thumbs up. I want to be sure you're hearing me. Okay, good. My mic is still connected. So now, um, we've selected the theme. Yes, you can select the type of presentation you want. This is educational. Okay, so we are going to leave it at educational, right? Then you can select the type of image you want it to use, illustration or realistic images. Okay, it's going to generate that kind of image and use it where necessary, right? So let's go with illustration. Then um, you could select how you want the content to be, balanced or detailed. All right, so we can select balanced for now. And once you're good with this, just scroll down and hit generate slides and watch this. Few seconds is going to generate the slide. starting generation. Boom. Yep, it's generating. Good illustration. So this is a lecture, and okay, good. Can you see that illustration image? Yeah. So if you wanted to use realistic image too, it does that. Can you see the kind of images it's generating clean? Okay, so good. Now you can present it, you can download it as the case may be. Can you see it's full screen now? You are ready for your class. You get it? So now, um, these tools help you. Whether you are the boss or you are second to the boss, you are a worker, right? You need the tools. Okay, your boss is demand um is in need to go for a pitching or have a meeting in few seconds or a few minutes, and there is no how he wants the presentation to be casual and dry. You just put it up in very sleek presentation like this, and you win whatever contract you want. And you can further edit it even after the generation. You see that edit on that I turned on. You can turn it off and on. You could do any edit you want. There is theme here. If I say I want to change this theme now, I can, after I've made that decision before generation, I can change it. Can you see that the theme is changed in one click, and you're done with your presentation? If you tried something at your own end, I want you to tell me in the comment box. Yes, I know I said you should open Yellow Spark at your end too. Or give me a thumbs up so we can move on. We have a few more minutes to round up this class. Hello, can everybody still hear me? Yeah, my mic is on.
Sorry, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay, good evening. You wanted to ask a
Yeah,
question?
sorry. I came in after you began. But so far it's interesting. I was just hearing you ask if you opened. I don't know. You said you said a special because I am not an engineer and I'm new. It's
Okay.
something I'm very interested in. Yeah, so you say an app. You said they should open earlier. That people are doing trial versions.
The app I said you should open earlier. I
Yes,
didn't
yeah,
get the
yeah. I'm
question.
asking if there's something people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
I said you everyone should open Yellow Spark AI.
What is that?
Yes, that's the name. I'm going back there right now. Just go to your browser and search yellowspark.com. Yellowspark.com.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So just try that. And I want every one of you to share, the slide you generated in the group. Yes, you can download it as PDF and share it in the group or PPTX. Okay, PPTX is PowerPoint presentation format. Yeah, so is actually giving you editable PPTX. You can edit it further in PowerPoint if you don't want to edit it here. So that's that for um, this particular generative AI. Okay, and I don't think I need to hammer the purpose again because you could see it at work. Okay, so you create sleek presentations in seconds, sleek, clean, right? And now we'll go to ChatGPT. Okay, before we call it a day, and then I would give you heads up on what you're going to be expecting in the next class, which is supposed to be on Saturday. Yeah. So Chat GPT. Okay, so GPT is a tool that's basically for research, like I said. Okay, so we are still talking about the generative AI tools. Okay, so we looked at Spark AI. Now we are going to GPT. We will not be touching every one of them, but I'll just give you a rundown on the capability of these guys. Okay, so I believe most of the persons know about GPT, but let me tell you about some interesting ones here. Yes. Okay. So still using our prompt engineering skill. Do you know you can prompt AI to prompt AI? Do you know what that means? Like I want to use I told you about prompt planning, right? That before you actually um send in a prompt into any AI tool, following the prompt engineering skill, you can prompt ChatGPT to give you the prompt you are now going to use to prompt the next AI. Hallelujah. So that is basically why you see that some persons get different results when they use AI tools. Yes. You can use AI to generate images, right? So they are still among this generative AI. Okay, maybe when we are going to designs and all. Okay, let's talk about Gemini and let me use Gemini and GPT simultaneously. So, um, for quite some time, Gemini has proved strong dominance in maintaining facial configuration and details. What do I mean by that statement? You experience when some persons try to regenerate their images and then it end up not looking like them. Probably that must have happened to you. You try to regenerate your image with AI and then at the end you are not having the result look like you. Okay, so if I tell you the kind of things that I do and the people I've trained do. As a matter of fact, um, one of my cousins celebrated her last birthday, and then all her images that she posted very realistic. Like even me that generated those ones, I was amazed because it was very realistic. You can never tell that those were not real images, like images that were actually shot. Yes, she called me. She said, "TJ, I will not spend money for this birthday photo shoot. That anything I want to do, I should generate. I should make out time I generate her images for her, right? But then beyond finding the tech person that will always do these things for you, you can do it yourself. Yes. So currently she's generating her images for her business and like modeling her clothes and all. Yes, those are okay. We've not even talked about the applications of these tools. Yes. So I mentioned that GPT helps you in research. Okay, and I just told you also that you can use it to enhance your usability on other AI tools. Let's perform a simple task. Let's say um, I want to make promotions for a boutique brand, all right, in Port Harcourt, and this boutique sells menswear. Okay, so now probably it's going to be costing a lot to have all the product in that boutique sampled by models that will make them look attractive to buyers, right? You don't get to think about hiring models to sample your clothes. AI tools will do that smoothly, perfectly for you. And as a matter of fact, even if you don't have a face, like you don't have somebody you want to put up, okay, You can generate a fictional being. Yes, let's put it that way. So you can generate a fictional being. I know I'm using the terms I'm using so that both people that are engineering and people that are not in engineering can understand what we are talking about and be on same pace. Okay. So we can formulate a being. Yes, not like we are God that creates over people. I mean, you get what I'm saying. You create something from nowhere, and that is what AI can help you do. So you don't get to spend on hiring models to sample your product. AI can reduce the workload and expenses of your business by 50% or even more if you have the abilities. Yes, there is so many AI automation you can integrate into your workflow. It will reply messages for you. It would do customer care like an actual person should do. For people that are in engineering, okay, especially let me use the aspect of software engineering, all right? The aspect of software engineering, you can integrate AI co-workers. That's what we call them now. Yes, co-workers that would perform tasks that human being would naturally perform, like having access to update your DNS record, setting up automations like auto mailing your customers after a successful purchase. Now, even if you are not in engineering sector, you have maybe a business, let's say, that actually does buying and selling or render service. You must not even have any kind of business you can think about, right? Sometimes issuing receipt can be stressful. In fact, I'll give you this hint. Anything that you would see that you notice that you have to do repeatedly, stop doing it and find an AI tool that can do it, because you need to save as much strength and energy you need for the thing that actually matter in your business. If you keep doing those things repeatedly, you will worn out, or you end up paying to have people do it. So, for example, whenever you render a service to post professional, you have to issue a receipt, right? When your customer pays. So now you can integrate systems. Ah, I don't want to go deep in this first lesson so that we don't spend time. We'll touch it in the next class. You can integrate AI tools that will help you automate receipt mailing accurately. You have AI that helps you in finance, like for bookkeeping, accounting. So AI has come to stay. That's the truth. You don't have to. I hear some persons have some misconception that you know AI is coming to take our jobs, and AI is not really good. You know, the thing is, everything has ethics. Okay, and probably in our next lesson, we'll be looking at AI ethics, how to use AI responsibly. Okay, so back to the illustration, we wanted to use this in play. I had to give those explanations so that you would have a full understanding of the context we want to use AI. Okay, and the other context you can use AI. So I have GPT open here, I have Gemini open here, and want to use this right now to model for a boutique brand. If you ask me, I don't even have a face in mind. Or if you have a face, you could um, give this guy, I mean Gemini, the face and tell it to dress it the way you want it. Okay, so or give it the posture you want it. Right? Probably the face you have is not in a very good background. The image you have for a person is not in a very good background, as the case may be. So now, I made a statement earlier that Gemini had strong um, uh, capability in maintaining facial configuration and facial details. Yes. So that is because it has the ability to retain the actual person's identity. Okay. So there are so many other AI tools that help in generating images, but when it comes to generating somebody's image, right, the person you want to maintain the same person, and then so far Gemini has been topping. So what you do now, we come here and then we create a model. Now we get a prompt to create a model in Gemini. And now because we don't want to have inconsistency, right? We want to maintain that person as the model, like the face of the brand. We'll have to reuse it for other clothes that we are going to wear it, right? So we need to define our model here, I mean our human model, how we want it to be, how what we want to use it for, and then we'll now repeatedly use the same image to generate the model on different outfits. That's going to be on Gemini. Okay, so let's do the planning here. Hello, I want to generate um, a model image of a young African guy. Okay, let me use man. Man, sorry. Uh, okay, let me be specific. Nigerian man, young um, African guy that would be used. I'm telling it the use case for um, product promotion for a boutique brand. Now, how do we want this human being to look? Let's start creating. Okay, um, I need him slim, fit, yet muscular, uh, handsome, because he needs to attract others. Uh, Tall, um, not very dark. Um, okay, now how in what context will I be needing this? I don't want to generate the image here. Okay, so I want to generate it in Gemini. So I would say to have an image that would give me this result, I would be generating it in Gemini, and I would like you to give me detailed prompt with, okay, that would give me a 4K quality image with good lightning. Okay, I know before you have been prompting, but you have seen my prompts now. Yes, with good lightning. Uh, what's wrong here? Okay, yeah, a good lightning. Uh, lightning or lighting? Mind, I'm not doing English. So camera angle. and posture. Okay, so yes. Now, even if you are not this technical to know about maybe images and so, but this is a bit of things that is why you're doing prompt engineering. You get to learn, context for different industry and all, and the use case of what you want to use AI for. Okay, so um, this bit of description I give about the quality of the image and camera posture, even if you don't know, that you're supposed to mention this, you could probably just say, I want the image to be like a standard um, studio edited pics shot with a very expensive camera. Okay, so I can even add that to my camera. Let the final output be like a studio edited pics. Let me abbreviate picture. What are you writing, guy? Edited picture. Um, I say something. I've forgotten that. Okay, so yeah, shots with an expensive camera. Yes, very important. Ensure that the image is very realistic and natural. Yes, this is prompt engineering at work. So sometimes when you've done your prompt, you can check, okay, probably when you're doing your prompt plan, check whether you are answering the question of what, uh, what, as in what you want to achieve, and in what context you want it, how you want it, the audience you want to give it to. Yes, talking about the audience, right? So um, this is going to be used for a boutique brand, and possibly, okay, now when we are doing the promotional prompts, we can affect it a bit, right? When we are now modeling, we'll now say, okay, we want to catch the age of so and so audience, like you give a range ahead. So now GPT is about to give me the prompt for Gemini. If you're following up to this point, I want you to give me a thumbs up. Yeah, good, good, good. We are all good. So yes, let's look at what GPT is gonna give me. Boom! We have a prompt. So I bet you I couldn't have typed this long prompt. Yes, but you can see. Okay, I can further tell it that I want this to be in a case where I can reuse this for to change the images and all. So I'm just going to copy this prompt and give it to Gemini. Can you see it's giving the camera specification? Yes, I don't do this, man. I'm not a photographer. So now I'm going to copy this as it is. Let me see, is there anything I need to remove? No. Okay. Okay, good. So let's give it to Gemini. And you can select the kind of model you want. If you're using a pro account, this my account is some pro. Yeah. So boom. Let's see what is going to give us. Okay. And just as it's coming up, boom, boom. Cool, man. And it's fashionable. Good. Okay, yes, I did my first work, right? By giving it the basic prompts that it needs to give me the kind of reality I was expecting. Okay, so and you saw that, and then it give me a detailed prompt that I now use to generate the image I wanted. And you can see this young man. So now I can download this image with the download button up here, and I'll decide where it saves in my PC. Okay, yeah, it goes to my download. Yes, you can further rename it. Okay, so now can you see the background? Yes. Model. Let me just name it model A. No, I'm not renaming the, I'm not changing the file extension. I want to just rename the image del A so that it's not going to be long. Yeah, underscore A. Good. So we are going to be rounding off in a few minutes. Okay, I'm going to give us a task, okay, that you're going to bring up to the next class. All right. So, and that is going to basically be you modeling this image, all right, with other
Please, I
fields.
have a question.
Okay,
Good evening.
good evening.
Okay, can we use it to generate a video also, or just pictures?
Okay, so talking about that, that's a good one. So there are so many generative AIs, right? And Gemini offers both video and image generation, but video is only for pro users. That's if you have a pro account, like if you're on paid plan. Okay, probably when I um, teach you how you can be generating amazing content for your business or even for other people's business to get paid, right? You you would probably be realizing fund, and you can fund your AI tool. Okay, so but there are AI tools that can help you for video generation. Okay, for free. They've removed Sora, but there is Runway ML. I listed some AI tools here. Yes, Mid Journey, Canva AI. Yes, I have a bit of video skills, but if you want to talk about realistic videos, Mid Journey, and most video generative AI tools now are paid. Okay, the ones that will actually give you the kind of things that you want. Okay, so talking about that, there is Heygen. Okay, Heygen has free features for avatar generation. This is Heygen AI. But this particular account I'm opening, I think is paid too. Yes, this is a pro account. Let me shock you. I'm developing a course, and because I see that I'll have to be recording tons of videos for that course to really make sense. Okay, so but then I don't want it to be. I thought of AI because I mean I'm a software engineer and everything about my life is automation. So I thought of AI, but then I don't want it to be like an AI presentation. I want it to still be me speaking through AI. All right. So first, I went for 11 labs. The guy I listed in this image I was showing you people earlier. Okay, we're about to look at a couple of them. 11 labs. So this is a generative AI that helps you with voice generation, AI voice. So I cloned my voice into AI, into 11 labs. And I would show you sample of videos I did with it that you never believe that it was not actually me speaking. Mm. So I didn't need technical skills. Like if you go to 11 labs, I mean, you could see it step by step, like it has easy to navigate platform. All right. So I cloned my voice to 11 labs. I had my image avatar, okay, cloned to HeyGen, because this particular tool here I told you is majorly for video generation. Okay, it can give you free, but the free is limited. Okay, this is my videos, right? So part of the videos, if you watch the lesson, you might not even detect, but I know the parts where AI took over and the parts where I was the one talking. Okay, so, and this means developing lesson videos in my home studio here. And I mean, there are so many crazy things. We can, if we keep talking about what AI can do, we'll not go this night. So if you're enjoying this lesson so far, I want you to give me a thumbs up. So the person that asked the question, try HeyGen. Okay, yeah, you will have just maybe few seconds generation, and you can
Sorry, come again. What's the name?
HeyGen,
Again.
HeyGen. So you
Okay,
can,
thank you.
you're welcome. So you can generate videos with HeyGen, and from the comfort of your home, I mean, you can develop for businesses too. Yeah, very sleek promotional adverts that we do with these things. Yes, I have my setup. I wanted it to just be um, me, so that because I have some of the parts that I know that probably AI might not render it the way I like it, and then I will shoot that part myself. So it basically reduced the workload. Instead of shooting, that's the cost. The cost I'm developing is the cost of 12 models, and it has minimum of 5 lessons and 8 lesson videos. So aside perfecting to teach it, I mean, I'm going to spend hours on camera and lights doing it. So I have to play smart. Now, we have seen AI in play with respect to presentation. We have looked at ChatGPT, not with research detail, but I mentioned that you can use this for research, and I mentioned that you can use this for future prompting. Yes, and that is what we use it for in the case of generating this image. So you could ask it question about any topic, any industry sector, any business. In fact, it can even give you business ideas. You can ask it to further criticize it. You can discuss with it. Okay, hello, give me um, top 10 business. Yes, can easily develop from my home. Uh, you could give it a bit of detail, like, the context of what your job nature is, how many hours you feel you can give into this business. Give it details, right? First of all, let it just give me details. Then you can further discuss with it. It will give you this business ideas. You look at the technicality of it. You can ask it um, the expected revenue projection, your expected startup capital. Okay, ask it anything. All right. And sometimes, because it can make mistake, you can question the replies it gives you. Do you get? And you see, if you question it, it will go back and have a better finding about the information it gave you, rather than just doing a shallow search, and then it will give you that. You can tell it reference a particular website, probably where you want it to go and take a look at to get information match with what you are researching on, and it will give you that. So this guy is a very powerful tool for research. Yes. You can see the couple of businesses it's listed here, right? And then you can work with it. So yeah, we've covered so much. Yes, you now understand that there are skills that you can acquire to and you can use them to work remotely to earn money. Okay, and among the tools we talked about solution architects and tech-enabled entrepreneurs, and then we we landed on prompt engineering and the cases where prompt engineering engineers find themselves, the tools that you have to get familiar with, because whenever you talk about prompt engineering, AI is in picture. Okay, so you prompt generative AIs. Okay, yes. For people that probably joined late, generative AIs are the type of AI tools that um, you can give or you can request something from, and then it will generate the output for you. So be it text, image, video, whatever context and format you need it, documents. Yes. So these guys are generative AIs. So they basically work by giving them what you want, the prompt, right? And then they generate the results. Okay. So I would take a few questions before we finally call it a day. If you have a question, I would want you to, raise up your hand. This is the time for questions. Are we still together? Okay. Somebody asked how. How for what? Yeah, good. Some persons are appreciating the class already. Can you please touch Canva AI? Okay. We don't have so much time. Yeah, thank you for your comments. Um, okay. Canva AI is basically used on the Canva platform. This for graphics. Canva is a platform for graphics, but beyond graphics, Canva has so much improved now. So it handles video generation too and video editing. So um, not long ago, not more than 6 months, Canva launched Canva AI. Okay, and this is basically the AI that is responsible for helping you generate some things easily. So I just went to Canva now. This is Canva. This is the interface. This is what it looks like. Yeah, that's what it's greeting me. Hello, TG. Um, this Canva AI at the sidebar, you can see where my cursor is hovering. So when you click that, you have this interface. Okay, and here, let me hide this. You can put the prompt of what you want. You can have a highlight of the kind of things you want to come up with here. Yeah, some of you sometimes you are trying to create a business and you're just imagining some kind of how logos, all right? Because brand identity is very necessary. In our next class, we are supposed to be looking at brand identity and branding because that's one of the things that help you navigate the path for freelancing in the global marketplace. Yes. So because branding is needed, and one of the very elements that is needed in branding is logo. Hey, when I say branding, I know some of you will just talk about, I think it's just logo and it's beyond that. Okay. So, but basically, design elements, you know, is factored in branding. Yes. For example, when I talk about MTN, what color comes to your mind? Tell me in the comment section. MTN, what color comes to your mind? Or you can unmute yourself and tell me.
Yellow.
Good.
Yellow.
Now, when I make the statement, everywhere you go, what brand comes to your mind?
TMT.
Good. Everybody knows that statement everywhere you go. That's MTN's tagline. Beyond the color representations of MTN has communicated the idea that they are a network that is available everywhere they go, like everywhere you want to use them from. So that is the perspective they want people to have of them. That's the so branding goes beyond colors, symbols, and all. It has to do with what perception do you want people to have of you and or your business. Yes, there is probably when we start talking about breaking down branding in the next class, you get to understand there is personal branding and there is business branding. Okay, so depending on how you understand, I will make you understand the career lines, right? These career lines that we've talked about. You can decide whether you want to position yourself as an agency or you want to position yourself as a person. Okay, so somebody, let me give you a very good example. Elon as a person is a brand. I mean Elon Musk, right? And then Tesla is also a brand. Okay, so there is there is a perception people have of who Elon is, right? And then people also understand what his company is about. Okay, so um, only his personality as Elon as a brand attracts things to him that are even more powerful than what his business can attract. Yes, let's leave that for the next class. Um, so don't miss the next class if you want to hear me talk about it in details. This is Canva AI. One of the first things you need here is the elements in your branding, right? As we talk about, you kind of create your logo here, and uh, probably you're still trying to figure out how the logo is going to look like, and you don't have maybe bulk of money to be giving graphic designer, or even before you give graphic designer, you can come up with something and then give a graphic designer and be like, okay, these are the things I'm looking at, right? So how is it going to be? And then the graphic designer can make the best because your idea is now narrowed. Okay, so these are Gen AIs. So and they work with prompts. You tell it, create a logo design for a business brand, for a clothing business, for example, clothing business, um, its brand name, um, Mavi wears. No. Okay, so uh, let's make it classy. Mavi. You can give me your name suggestions. So, so Mavi size. Okay, good. Um, okay, you go ahead and hit generate, and then boom, it's going to create it. Now, most times you're not even certain how you want the logo to look like, you know, the type of logo. Maybe when we are talking about branding, I'll tell you about vector-based logo and word marks. Okay, so you know the difference between the two. So you can first of all do your prompt planning in ChatGPT, and then it will give you kind of hints and styles you can apply your prompt, and then you come to Canva and then it generates for you. Can you see that? Okay. So probably is thinking this for a fashion designer, you can further adjust your prompts. Do you get? Like I said, you always do your prompt planning, and you do your prompt planning with ChatGPT by your side to get the best of results. Is that okay? We have, I think I've exhausted my time fully. Yes. So, if you have further questions, I would want you to drop. Say, is this Canva? Yes, that was Canva. We on Canva. We were on Canva. Yes. So, if you have further questions, I want you to drop it in the group. I'm there. I will see your questions. I would attend to them. And I'll be leaving you with this assignment. Yes, I mentioned that. Yes, I always give assignments. That's Mr. TG for you. So, I want you to use YOLO Spark AI to generate presentation and drop it in the group. Okay. All right. So, or you send to um, my email. All right. I'm going to drop my email now, and we will score you. I mean, drop it in the group. I mean, so that everybody can see it, but still send to my email. Okay. So, and last assignment, I'm going to share this image of this guy we generated in the class, and I want you to model him in another outfit, maintaining his facial configuration and facial details. Yes. Did you get that? Maybe I'm going to type it in the group as well so that you're sure of the two assignments. You need to do these things because when you practice, you learn. So that will be the two assignments. Send assignment questions in the group. Yeah, I'll do that.
Please,
Somebody wanted to talk, but just drop your. I downloaded Canva for my designs, but they always ask for money, but I can proceed to the design. Yes, you can do the design without paying. Yes, you can do it free, but just that, just like free things, right? You have some kind of limitations. Yeah. So that will be the end of tonight's class. I would want you to appreciate the founder, Bodle Onomije Foundation, Professor Bodle Onomije, and the organization for organizing such an amazing program. I know you enjoyed the training, and if you do, I want to see you giving thumbs up. Yeah, good, good.
Sorry, sir, please, is this video is it recorded?
Yes, it is recorded, and I would upload it on the Bodlomije YouTube channel. So you could follow Bodlomije YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search at B.O.F network, at B.O.F like this, at B.O.F network. Yes, on YouTube, and then you're going to say, yeah, that's okay. Let me just go there so you see the logo. I mean, we've been sharing information there. Oh, I'm there already. Well, let me switch to another person so that a different account. Let's say I'm another user, and if you just search at B.O.F network, yes, you're going to see Bottom Foundation. That's it. So that's B.O.F. Follow the channel, subscribe, hit the bell icon for all notifications, and this is where the video of this class is going to be uploaded and subsequent classes too. Yeah, so see you in the next class. Thank you for joining this night.
okay, thank you very much. Please don't forget to drop your email address. Thank you.